Hey everyone, I hope you are having a wonderful time. Today I'm going to review this Musician Audio Aquarius R2 DAC, which is 24-bit R2 DAC with 6-bit DSD processing. It offers up to 1536 BCM playback, DSD up to 1024, which is 45.2 megahertz, so which is more than anything available and more than future proof, which you may never need for that much of resolution, but this R2R DAC, this Aquarius can offer that. Overall fit and build quality is very good, very well reflected to asking price. It has all the inputs that you may ever need. Best of all, it has the two I2S input as well as AES and USB and optical and coaxial input. Pairing components, I'm using this my Denon PMA SX11, the Sony HAP-Z1ES serving as a music server, connecting Ouya Eden Neo Class A USB cable to this Aquarius R2 DAC, and using Mogami Gold cables to, from Aquarius to my amplifier. Then playing with this mic FR11 speaker, so that is my reference setup. I've been using this Sony HAP-Z1ES for a while. Although I've been wanting to, upgrade my digital to analog converter, I've been trying many different DACs up to like $2,000 to $4,000 range and below, $1,000 and all that. But since I review a lot of DACs, I have wide variety and price range of DACs that are available, although I don't review all of them. This Aquarius R2 DAC is currently retail for around $3,000 US. High res capability and build quality and everything, I have nothing to complain. And plus this Aquarius DAC doesn't come with the power cable. So I've been using a few different power cable with it. So the one that I built, and as well as BS Audio AC5 and iFi Audio Supernova, which is inline noise filtering device built into the power cable. I will have my review for that in future video. I end up settling with iFi Supernova power cable with this DAC. So what I noticed among all the DACs that I try, this Aquarius DAC is effortlessly transparent, neutral with very delicate control and transparent sound quality with incredible high quality mid-range, almost like liquid fluid quality kind of feeling in that mid-range to upper mid-range region notes, which is really musical to my ears. And it has a nice authoritative control as well in overall frequency notes and engaging to listen. That's what I like to say. And it doesn't get tired. Very enjoyable experience. This DAC is highly sensitive to pairing power codes as well. And also I try with this U18 DDC and it can improve a little bit, but not obvious as the other DACs that I try with this U18, especially under $1,000 range DAC that I try with this U18 DDC, so which is good improvement, but I end up using Aquarius R2 DAC standalone pairing with my amplifier. Also, I like to mention the my music selection, which I have a very diverse music selection, starting from like music, teenage music sensation like Olivia Rodriguez, from all the way to oldies to classical music. So I try the modern music such as, Deja Vu or Happy Happy or, Driver License or those kind of current hit pop songs from the teenage sensation. Those her voices are very apparently elevated, I should say, with the dead center right here in the middle, but a little up front, like 2 to 3 feet away from the center of these two speakers. So that is my experience. It has a well-defined signature with very good stereo image. All the music are properly reproduced with a really good authoritative control with musicality. So tonally, very accurate and very engaging to listen. Decay and like reverb, all the things that they recorded in the music is very noticeable with this Aquarius DAC. Another example is like one of the tracks that I use for my sound sample, that is a Janis Ian Breaking Silence track. In that intro, just behind her voice, there is like a little bit of sound effect sort of thing that going on, but it's not noticeable with like a bunch of decks that I try. But when I'm using this Aquarius deck, that is more revealed and more noticeable, particularly that speaker on from my left side from my listening position have that background effect more apparent and more noticeable in that kind of small nuances and small effect behind the vocals. So that sort of stuff, very revealing, still retaining the musical sound signature. Classical music or all that full assembly and full orchestra kind of music, they can produce every detail, including very low notes. Probably that is another highlight of this Aquarius deck, that low frequency notes are very well defined and reproduced with the more noticeable. That will be easier to explain, because compared to other decks or many decks that I try, many R2R decks lacks the low end response for me personally, but this one totally changed that. The low end response and the kick and delivery is incredibly good. Fully satisfying experience when it's come to bass response from this kind of R2R deck when I was using this setup. That is a really good experience that I like to share. Then overall, small nuances and small detail, no question, you don't even need to wonder, they will be properly reproduced. Every detail, every nuances will be noticeable. Best of all, this Aquarius provided me with much needed airiness in my setup, because since I changed to this KEF R11 from Wafted Elysian 2, what I missed about Elysian 2 is the airiness that it can provide from AMT motion transformer, the high frequency driver. When I switched to this KEF R11, I missed that the airiness on top end compared to Elysian 2 and this KEF R11. Although I totally love the rest of the frequency response from this KEF R11, sometimes I always want a bit more airiness on the top end. When I start using this Aquarius deck, that is the first thing that I notice. Upper mid-range to highs to like upper brilliance area, all the area has a very well spaced and like spacious notes with the airiness to overall upper frequency range is incredibly enjoyable experience, which is why I decided this is going to be my reference deck, because rest of the frequency response, I'm very happy with my setup with this KEF R11 speakers, but time to time I want that more airiness on top end. This Aquarius deck totally solved that issue, because it can provide me with very area, spacious, high frequency extension, all the cymbal strikes and rolling cymbals, and hitting the hi-hat or hitting the head area of the cymbals, and everything are apparent and noticeable, very distinguishable, listening to which area or cymbal the drummer is hitting. All the kick drums and drum wax and everything is highly authoritative and well-controlled frequencies out of sound reproduction out of this Aquarius deck. Based on my personal taste and preference, this is the perfect deck for me. Musicality, transparency, I have nothing to complain. So if you ask me what is my favorite part of this Aquarius R2 deck, is very capable, high quality sound reproduction, musically accurate, musically transparent, yet very good spacious sound with incredible amount of definition and detailed reproduction with this deck pairing in my system. Best of all, lowest of the notes to highest of the notes is fully reproduced with great detail and musicality. My favorite part is much needed airiness that I wanted with my KEF R11 speaker. It can deliver that, high frequency extension and airiness in upper frequency range, highly delicate, very delicate high frequency extension and airiness are very musical to listen with this KEF R11 with my setup using this Aquarius R2 deck. It has a very wide and spacious sound with very accurate notes. Musicality is incredible. Probably best I've ever heard, aside from top of the line esoteric grandioso setup, which is we're talking about more than $20,000 setup. Other than that, this one can deliver me probably like 80% of that grandioso setup. So that's how good this Aquarius deck for me, for my personal taste and preference. This Aquarius deck is totally worth it for me because I almost upgrade my KEF R11 to different brand of speaker because I want to have that airiness on the top end. Still, of course, I truly appreciate very good musical mid-range and very good bass performance and all that. Yet dearly want that a high frequency airiness. So this Aquarius deck totally solved that for me, and I'm very happy with as it right now. I can easily recommend this Aquarius deck to anyone who is looking to buy any deck around $3,000 range. I can totally recommend you to try it. You will be totally impressed and enjoy your music all over again. So that is my experience, my friend. Thank you for watching and happy listening.
mother, cause my heart belongs to daddy. And if I am by a boy some night, but I'm a fine being unhealthy, I just adore his ass for one, but my heart belongs to daddy. Yes, my heart belongs to daddy, so I simply couldn't be bad. Yes, my heart belongs to daddy. Shut up, babe, got in bed one day. So I want to more than daddy, though I know you're perfectly swell. That my heart belongs to daddy, cause my daddy treats it so well. Cause my heart belongs to daddy, cause my daddy, he treats it so well. Ready?